So this video is gonna be about the Mbele Street, which is now we're entering after Capitol's extension, and then we will take you somewhere else after you. We are walking here in the start of Mbele Street. That will take us to Guadalupe area. So you can see that even the RCBC there is already carrying the sign that they are Guadalupe branch. So there's a Zen Rooms Hotel there, S Hotel. That's the one, S Hotel. So we are now on Barangay Guadalupe. So you are now entering the vicinity of Barangay Guadalupe. But it's still called Mbele Street.
Yes, it's Mbele.
The Ombudsman Office of the Ombudsman. If you have any complaints about any government or government offices, this is where you go. There's the office of the Ombudsman. You know where the taxi? You can see the sign there, Office of the Ombudsman Visayas. This way. So you go there, and further the end, the pink building is the Ombudsman. The Eco Drive electric bikes and scooters, they're still there. So if you go straight up, that will take you to Banawa, and on the right side is Guadalupe. But right now our destination is Guadalupe, because there's a lot of requests from viewers that we will feature Guadalupe. So we'll just cross the street. So you see those condominiums rising up ahead. There's a lot of them around Guadalupe area now. So we have to go around the street and look back if we don't get sideswept. And this is our predicament here in the city. We have to wear a mask, we have to wear a shield, and also we have to cover ourselves because of the heat. Now this one is backing up. We are now in our summer months, so you see it's very hot, but you know what's the best? It's good for videoing because you can see the view clearly. There's Chowking. And there's BDO beside Chowking. And we are going on the left because we're going to be going on Guadalupe area. So you still got the market on the entrance and going to Guadalupe. They are all still there. And you got your little commercial center around here. And also across beside the market. The drama niya. Kana oh. He's struggling to get up. So you have the BPI Guadalupe here. And the Royal Oaks International School, of course, you see that's not functioning. Very hard to. You have to keep looking on the back. Let's cross over there. I think it's easier because we're looking at the traffic on the back. So we have to cross over because it's hard to keep looking at the traffic on the back. So at least we're facing the traffic. We can see it's better. So there's a furnished studio unit there for rent monthly. There's a lot of vendors on the sidewalk, of course. And a Yamaha office. Bless the groove. They got Aquaterra aquariums in there. I don't know if it's still open. And there's rooms for rent up there. That's the Mikey 365 International Education on top. So you can actually rent rooms there. On this side, there's a lot of eatery, you know, carinderias, roadside coffee shops. And this is the main street, Guadalupe.
Yeah. This is still Birama.
Birama. Canberry Hotel. That's San's friend who owns that Canberry Hotel. Yeah, that's he knows the person that owns that Canberry. He used to stand by there to hang out when the owner is around. So that's another residential street. But we'll take you to Guadalupe Church.
There's actually a law office there.
On the top?
Yeah, on the third floor. Go.
On that Canberry Hotel, because Sen knows that place very well. We'll just have a drink. That's a Green Garden Apartments. apartments for rent, Birama Avenue. Birama is actually part of Barangay Guadalupe. And this road here, it might be Birama, but a lot of people know that Birama Guadalupe. So there's a big Ngoyong Express on the right side. All this eateries. There's room for rent there, only ladies. So because there's no university schools ongoing, so the rentals for dormitories and lodging house are suffering much more of the hotels because there's no tourists. There's a pension house up ahead, South Pole Pension House. Again, another room for rent. There's a lot here. So our good governor Gwen Garcia wants to open up Cebu if she has her way. In fact, she opened up the Cebu province now. You only need an ID if they want to check. That's all. There's no requirement of quarantine or tests. Because, as she said, which is right, you should not kill the economic source of the people. They need to earn so they can eat because the government cannot subsidize them all. Because there was a recommendation that Cebu City or Cebu should be put again on lockdown, but our good governor is fighting it, and so is, at least she can influence the Cebu City government. So we are now back to GCQ. Hi. So still continuing on our walk. There's a little bit of pathway here, just a little bit, that we can safely walk for a few inches. And that's an old building there, you know. Broken pathways. That's why I have to watch this as well. An old Spanish house across, 1093. I also know the barangay captain of Guadalupe. So if he's there, he might make a courtesy call. If not, because he's always busy. Because this is the barangay that gets hit by the cluster lockdown all the time. So that's why my friend is so busy. So like before, again, I think still again back to every Sunday they are locked down. And that's why the argument that why lower it down at 8 p.m. when the actual sickness will not just flourish on that actual time. Because it doesn't mean that at night time that they don't infect people. So it's now strict implementation again of the mask and the ever annoying face shield. So this is the Guadalupe Birthing Center. Ramon Duterte Memorial High School. And of course, when it's school, always across there will be photocopier and ID, eateries, barbershops, saloons. This one's stopping on where are we gonna go, so we have to get out of the road. So now that we are GCQ, I could expect this barangay Guadalupe again will be locked down every Sunday, as if like the virus or the sickness will only flourish on Sundays, whereas the places in Cebu, aside from Cebu City, aside from the cities, the governor has opened up the provinces. This is Guadalupe Elementary School. Across is GT. So a lot of my viewers must have been going to this elementary school. Manguli mi sa mong balay. Ano yung baligya?
Ngoyong.
So she's selling ngoyongs. Ikaw de color sa ngoyong. So Bernard's ngoyong.
Yes, ma'am.
Manamig ka on the Fairlane Village. My shield is broken again. So there, we're nearing the barangay hall. So shocking that they have colors for the ngoyong now. There's a buko coconut water seller that will be. These are the season now of star apple, melons, all kinds of melons, especially the watermelon, the red one, and the melons, star apple. And my walking friend, it'd be June before you see any lanzones. This is the Guadalupe Fire Station and the Barangay Hall of Sports Center of Guadalupe. Classmate there, but we'll continue on. It'll be yapping so much. So that's the governance of the Barangay Guadalupe, Barangay Hall. I'll make a courtesy call after I've done all my walking, because I don't want to be spending so much time there. And it's also lunchtime. The barangay captain may think that, oh, timing, lunch. Casamera Towers. That's part of the Filipino culture that you don't go there when it's lunchtime, because automatically they think that you're timing it. Because it's now almost 12 o'clock, that's lunchtime around here. And yes, unless you want a free lunch, you always timing to go to people during lunchtime. But that's the one I avoid. That's why we eat earlier. There's another condominium here, developed and managed by landmasters. Okay, the former mayor's house, this one. The Cebu Landmaster. They are making a condominium here beside your barangay hall. That's the condominium they're building, and they are now still building it now. ongoing construction still. So those investors there will never be questioning if the project will push through. So Guadalupe is actually the home of the former mayor and also now the vice mayor. That's why this street is called Birama, because they are both locals here. Whereas the mayor right now, Labilia, it comes from Talamban area where we are in the north. Face shield fall off from the bike.
Warehouse club. French club.
Oh, the French club. Frenda. M. Lulier, the local term for that, you're the member of the French club. Frenda. Poning. The word for Cebuano, prenda, is poning. Huh? Oh, the rubbish in the pickup.
Actually, a lot of things now.
The ground regency residences here. Yes, that's the Crown Regency, and there's a shortcut here as well. This road will take you to Peace Valley, Kalunasan, then here. So you can see we are now walking on the road. We'll try to prevent that. So any little pathway we can see, we just go back. So
where we buy our CNT lechon or the Sunday before.
There?
Yeah.
There's a CNT lechon.
Yeah.
That's it. Was this Tan Lee family? That's the old-fashioned way, putting your names on the gate. So that house may be such an ancient house. So on the left, you can see it's Guadalupe Heights Village. So it's going to the hills. There, continuing on Birama Avenue, main part of Barangay Guadalupe. No choice but to go on the road. So you can see the rooftop of Guadalupe Church up ahead. So this is like a commercial center. You need to keep watching where you're walking as well, because it's not paved. A few inches is rise up, a few inches you dive down. So you can tell it's already 12 o'clock. People are now going to the carinderias to get their lunch. So that's CNT Lechon. That's their main office.
Their lutuan is there.
Oh, so this is where this is the office of CNT Lechon, one of the famous lechon from Cebu, Cebu City. And they have their cooking area on the back of this. Someone sleeping there.
Yes.
Sorry, I accidentally turned off the recording button because I'm really thirsty now. There's the Guadalupe Church. It's becoming more visible. And before we video around the vicinity, we'll just have something to drink. You see how hot it is here right now. So I'm here just putting on my headscarf. Jardine Residences, that's another pension house, hotel. There's a petrol station, private houses across. Also, Guadalupe before all the sickness is also very traffic, because you can see the road is very narrow for a big barangay like this. This is one of the main barangays of Cebu City. The mayors, Rama and Osmeña, come from here. This is their actual resident area. They are resident over here. Their actual residential area. Oh, I'm really tired and very thirsty. So you could imagine living here if you don't have your walls as high as that. The dust and the noise. Although that's why I have my walls high already. So if there's any improvement where we are, that could be just extended or just remain like that. But I know it's already for the dust and noise. So I can hardly hear the noise outside. But my dogs can hear them, and it's not dusty towards inside my property. It is stopped by the walls. So you can see the odd jeepneys there. Guadalupe Carbon 06B. Can all see the shanties around here. Does it flood over here? Because you know the drainage, look, it's already full up. It's not even raining. So it's raining hard, you really flood around here?
No, I haven't experienced.
Okay, because I was asking Sen, he used to live in the area, Guadalupe.
I remember when he was...
Wow. When I started
vlogging,
I used to pick him up around this area, but my content is not about areas before. So Now we're going back as channel creator, content creator rather, to feature Guadalupe because there's a lot of requests to feature Guadalupe. Now you can see our beloved church. The clinic of Tong Shon Lim. And ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to an end. I see a 7-Eleven. I'm gonna have to buy some drinks. Santino's Pizza here. And the Guadalupe Lechong Manok on the other side. And that's the Guadalupe Church. But right now, we will stop on the 7-Eleven. This is where we stop for now.